This muddy alley is yours? Good for you. I've got work to do.
I don't think that you've quite understood the situation. I'll tell you how things work around here. I decide who comes in and who stays out. And anyone who doesn't respect my rules, I punish them.
Is your name Kat?
What of it?
Maybe we can come to an understanding.
Maybe. Or maybe not. Get this joker out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
I'm getting careless. I didn't see that coming. If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm gonna have to deal with her.
I wouldn't call it careless, more like a precaution. You knew she was gonna drop by eventually. Especially a warehouse you're not supposed to go into. The woman sitting at the table knew there was something off about her.
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
But he won't try.
Hey, Mitchell. A drink for our new friend. I owe you. You don't know how to fight, but at least you've got guts.
Yeah. Aching guts.
Huh. I've got them too. But you don't hear me whining like a pooch who's lost its leash. You didn't back down. It's something that I respect. So understand by that. If I catch you again, you'll carry a more permanent reminder of our encounter. Tell me, what brings you to Darkwater?
I'm fascinated by the history of the whaling station.
Ha! You certainly don't lack style. But enough of the jokes. You reek of private eye. Who did you come for?
The Hawkins family.
Now why doesn't that surprise me? A little advice, though. If you want to survive more than a day in this rat hole, avoid talking about them to the first people you meet.
I've got a few questions about the island.
I'm not here to give you information. Mitchell will tell you what he wants to tell you.
With you?
I'm not kidding. The old families, they were here long before us. And they'll be here long after we're gone.
The old families?
The descendants of the first whalers. These people truly worship their ancestors.
I need to get into the Hawkins warehouse.
You're out of luck. It's on my turf.
It's precisely for that reason that I've come to see you.
Are you pulling my leg?
Think it over. I've seen what you're capable of. And you didn't miss me.
I accept the compliment. Well, I see you're serious. To be honest, as long as it doesn't interfere with my business, I don't care. But I'll go with you, to make sure you don't stick your nose into things that don't concern you.
Sounds honest to me.
I'm not finished. If I do that for you, if I let you onto our turf to conduct your little affairs, you'll be indebted to me. And I guarantee that I always collect on what I'm owed. Think about it. I help you, you'll owe me a favor in return. Do you accept?
Do I have a choice?
Oh, we always have one, Detective. Follow me.
Nobody questions your authority here. I was given to believe that Fitzroy stood up to you.
That dope tried to save face in front of his sailors. They revere their brave captain as they do their own. All statues get buried in bird shit, and nobody cares.
And the police? They do nothing to stop you?
The local cops? The cops drink like everyone else, sweetheart. They know where their interests lie. Apart from that pig-headed Bradley. I don't know whether to admire his stubbornness or to have pity on him.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand. You're not seeing it. It's a sign.
May have had a few drinks, but nothing to cause severe drunkenness. Not after 2 shots.
We saw this guy poking around here.
It's fine. He's with me.
Oh, okay.
Be a gentleman and move that for me. That's how it's done. Do I still need to hold your hand? Or do you think you'll get by on your own now?
Don't overdo it.
Good. In that case, I'll leave you. I've done enough mothering for now.
Ugh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
Reconstruction turned to enter a reconstruction scene. Or L2 or 2.
The glass is shattered, like someone smashed it. Was it before or after the removal of these bandages? What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here? Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings? It smells as bad as it looks. There's enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this.
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! Detective Pierce. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
Competent officer. We should help each other.
You're trying to manipulate me, Mr. Pierce. I hate to be taken for a fool.
All right, Inspector Lestrade. Let me take a more direct approach. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage, or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why, you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
I thought I'd straightened you out, mister. I am disappointed, but we'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
For the ridge. You see the building? That's the
Whoa.
Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Chapter 3, Garden of the Hawkins Mansion. Pierce managed to get into the warehouse. The place, thought to be abandoned, revealed some surprises. Signs of recent occupation as well as party chart painting. Interrupted in the search by Officer Bradley, Pierce convinced him to join his investigation. The police officer is willing to drive the detective to the Hawkins mansion. Into madness.
Well, here we are, Hawkins mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
He's clearly not doing any gardening.
You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like his son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family, so he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Or do you want to go up there?
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
I don't believe the fire is the only reason this house is in such a state.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' deaths.
Ha! You've already begun to nose around it, would seem. So, since you already know it, The Hawkins family couldn't afford the upkeep of this house. It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' travels. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Usually when someone says they live in a mansion, it always appears as just a big house. Or an estate. By the mansion, by its definition and appearance, that is a mansion. The others just seem like small houses. Especially in real life. Every time you hear the word mansion, they always look so small. But when you think of the word mansion, that is a mansion by its very word. What are we doing here? Is someone here? Yeah, don't tell me this is the caretaker. Simon.
Poor kid. Poor kid.
Charles Hawkins.
Someone must really hate Charles Hawkins.
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Do you know if Charles Hawkins had any enemies?
Not to our knowledge. He was a well-respected personality on the island. I don't understand. Silas would never have let such a thing happen.
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary? And steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing. Let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
Let's say we'll go together, right? Alright. Well, I'll meet you inside the mansion. Or at least its doorsteps. Now, this is what you call a mansion.
This entrance is still in use.
Whoa!
Whoa!
You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa!
Hold
You're
up, hold up.
Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
Sarah Hawkins' father sent me here to investigate the death of his daughter.
Webster, huh? I understand how he feels. But me? I want the dead to rest in peace. And that means kicking the ass of gumshoes like you.
Why would you not want me to help understand what happened here?
I've got nothing to hide. Tell me what you're doing here. And no baloney.
The police report describes a domestic accident. But Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
The mansion isn't safe. You would break your neck as sure as you're trying my patience right now.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked. And I make sure it stays that way.
No one lives in the mansion, and you don't take care of it anymore. If you have a good reason to be here, I'm listening.
There's vermin. Yeah, that's it, vermin.
Right. This is what we're going to do. I go inside, and I promise that I'll hunt vermin. Okay with you?
I'm not sure.
If there's nothing else to fear, you can give me that key.
Right. Take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then. Just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Fair trade. Officer Bradley, you finally made it.
Shall we enter?
Gladly.
Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Hawkins Mansion. Pierce and Officer Bradley is explored the gardens of Hawkins Mansion. The family lies in the graveyard of the property, guarded by a seerless Winchester. The old caretaker, still faithful to his employees, keeps watch on the place, armed with an axe. Pierce and Bradley... No. Keeps watch on the place armed with his axe. Pierce and Bradley manage to calm him down and finally get over the key to the Hawkins Mansion. They enter the building, looking for the scene of the fire.
Follow me. I know the place.
Sorry. I say I may not be much a reader, or I should say like reading, but I have read a bit of
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me?
I remember reading a bit of this, since it is a short story. And I always loved Lovecraft. I did used to read like a lot, back in high school, but they were mainly horror books, like horror stories, and the stuff we did had to read for like class, which was usually mystery or some type of poetry. But after that, I just stopped reading books, as I wasn't much of a reader, you know, just like anyone else. But Call of Cthulhu was one of the books that, or I should say stories, that I've come to love. You know, it was short, but I always wanted to see like either a movie or better yet even a game that tells a story, you know. And now we're here. Experience the story. I may not like reading, but if you put it like in visual form, where either the characters are talking or, you know, a video game form, like I'll read it. But if it's a book, I won't read it. Only because I love gaming, you know.
What kind of meat is this? This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
That's the head, which means the wife will be over here.
The boy was probably here.
Yeah.
Smashed his plate on the floor.
He smashed the plate. He got mad. Then the mother intervened.
Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Telling him to not get mad at him. That's not his fault. He didn't mean to do it.
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Yeah.
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door. Silas managed
Let's
to
see
bring
if
the
I can
fire
find
under
something the
control,
cops missed.
but it was already too late for the Hawkins.
Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How? Did it stop at the time of the fire?
Look like it says it stopped at 10 o'clock. Died from probably the smoke.
The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others?
Bottle of whiskey.
Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker?
The missing painting.
If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn? They had a fight. Why?
I would say the debt. They couldn't afford the upkeep of the house. He was talking about he was handling it and he was talking to some people. Most likely the painting has something to do with it. And he also couldn't stop talking about the painting. Alright.
Did someone escape the fire? Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight.
Yeah.
Someone fell here. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
What's your theory?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
Make sure I don't miss anything. Cause the source of light up. Otherwise you won't be able to see it without the lighter. Bandages.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. But whose? An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
Love the story of Frankenstein. No matter how it's told, I always love the story. Regardless what form it takes.
Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess.
I think that story is more than just about a man and a whale. There's a type of symbolism to it.
This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it. This place was falling apart long before the fire. A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century. Dark water history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies. There's something disturbing about this painting. "20,000 leagues under the sea." Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
Another story I love hearing about. Captain Nemo. A rare edition of Jules Verne's novel. Medicine and call skills can only be improved by objects discovered in environments. Let's see.